Let's talk about your responsibilities for the I-864 Affidavit of Support. If you have been requested to fill in this form for USCIS, you may notice that there is a lot of language at the end of the form. So number one, you need to understand that this is actually a contract, a promise to the U.S. government, affidavit. So you are promising the U.S. government that if the foreign national whom you are sponsoring will require welfare, public assistance from the U.S. government, they can come back and ask you to repay this money. In addition, you are promising to help financially support this person should they fall on hard times. So those are the promises that you are making. And the promises do not last forever. Usually they go for, I think, 48 months or until the person is a U.S. citizen. In addition, if you are filing this affidavit of support for someone who you are married to, but then later on you get divorced, the promises do not go away. This affidavit is still enforceable, and in the past few years, I have seen these documents being used in divorce proceedings to request alimony, child support, and financial assistance. So it is a big deal, and for the person filing this affidavit of support, you need to feel comfortable that the foreign national that you will be sponsoring, they can take care of themselves, that they're going to be able to support themselves, and they are not going to need your financial assistance unless something tragic happens to them. So I had some great questions from a client on my TikTok channel. It's actually a potential client. She had some very interesting questions about this form related to assets. So if you do not make enough money in your job, you can also show proof of assets, and those will allow you to be a sponsor as long as your assets are sufficient enough. She had two questions. One was, if you list your asset, for example, you own a home, on the form, are you required to sell that asset to fill in this form? And the answer is no. They just want to know the value of the asset at the time you're filling in the form, and the value is the equity that you have in the home. So most people have a mortgage on their home, and so you subtract the money that you owe to the bank from the value of the home. That's your equity, and that is what you should list as your asset. In addition, she asked if she fills in this form, she lists her assets, will the U.S. government put a lien on her property? That means that they put a little asterisk when somebody looks up the property that says, this person owns this property, however, they owe money to the U.S. government. The answer again is no. That will not happen if you fill in this form. And I think the only possible way that that could happen is a minuscule possibility, so small possibility. In all of my years of practicing law, 15 years, I've never seen it happen, where if the person, the foreign national being sponsored, they need public assistance. They take the public assistance. The U.S. government comes to the financial sponsor, the person who signed the I-864, they say, pay us back. But the person who signed the form doesn't have the money. That is the only possible way that the U.S. government could put a lien on that property. And honestly, I am not sure if they would actually be able to. So those were some great questions. Number one, if you list your assets, no, you do not have to liquidate them and show cash. You just show the value of the property, whatever it is. Secondly, by signing the 864, by listing your assets, no lien will be placed on your property or anything that you own. I thought those were great questions, and now you have the answers to those. The affidavit of support can be a really confusing and complicated form, but we are here to help our clients, and we fill those forms in every day. So let us know if you need assistance. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and be sure to click updates so you will know when we post new videos.